comes the magic spray.
Let's watch some football. Now everybody, come on everybody.
We have a supporter striding onto the pitch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, yo, yo. Let's watch some football.
Welcome to a very special edition of the Men in Blazers show, because the Premier League's back in our loving arms, America, and not a moment too soon. Nothing fixes a World Cup hangover like some hair of the dog. But in this episode, we want to take a moment and celebrate that month-long soccer-themed bar mitzvah that was World Cup 2022, which we at Men in Blazers decided to go coast to coast, sea to shining sea, to commune with you, dear GFOPs, and celebrate the ebullient and distinctly wonderful footballing cultures that exist across this great nation of ours. We hit 10 cities for dizzying live stage shows, stream live watch-alongs on Twitch, during which I remained a calm, analytical broadcasting professional. But like Ulysses, we didn't embark on this journey alone. We had the help of some very special celebrity friends, and what you'll see in this episode is a collection of our favourite moments. So sit back, relax, and know that if the World Cup never ends, Everton can't be relegated. So I did interview an English Premier League player recently, and I asked him what he thought of the United States Challenge, just a throwaway question interview, and he said, this is the quote, he goes, "Nothing really." and I was like, as a follow-up, because I didn't like to come with a hard-hitting follow-up, so I said, "Can you name an American player?" And he said, he thought for a minute, and he goes, "Clint Dempsey?" Does he still play for them? And I was like, in that moment, I was like, holy crap, John, we get absolutely zero respect.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, for America, I do think it is going to be too early, partly because you haven't hurt enough for this to win a World Cup yet, but also that this team is young and very, very talented, but very raw. I do think they're young in exactly the right way, talented in exactly the right way, and the next World Cup, they could be dangerous. Yeah.
The Qatar issue for footballers, the complexity, the geopolitics, the fact that stars like Messi, Neymar, Mbappe are employed by Qatari-owned Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah.
You know, it is complicated. It's wheels within wheels. Knowing what you know about footballers, John Oliver, you just answered the question.
Yeah.
What do you think we should expect?
It's very difficult, isn't it? Because you don't want to give them a complete pass, but it's not their fault. This is FIFA's fault. That's the original sin is FIFA's here, and it was complete. So you have taken this from them as well. So it's very difficult. I see it more as playing with the house's money. When you have low expectations of footballers, whenever they speak out, it is impressive because you know there is potentially a cost to that. So it's a horrible position for them to be put in. This has been tarnished for them as well.
What can a single player in this moment do? You know, tonight before their game, they're looking out the hotel window with the lights in the Rub el Khali desert expanse below, agonising about what they should do. What do you suggest, John?
First, I love your projection of that level of introspection on professional football players.
Yeah.
The idea that Harry Kane
Henderson
is looking out at the desert thinking, we are just dust in the wind of history, aren't we, guys? At the end of the day, end of, guys.
End of.
It's ephemeral, isn't it, life?
Yeah.
You stand for everything or you stand for nothing. As I like to get up and watch the sunset every day. It grounds me, Harry Kane.
By the way, it's like the worst cover version of Part Life ever. Any footballer listening to this tomorrow in their team camps, I think you should celebrate any goal you score by running to your teammates and kissing them full on the mouth.
Yes, that's a good idea.
That's an idea. Let love rule.
I was so inspired by the sunset.
That's right.
That I ran up and I kissed Connor Cody full on the mouth.
I scored a goal that I, Harry Kane, do, a routine penalty into the right corner. And then I looked over at Declan Rice, and it was like everything went into slow motion.
Yeah.
I tenderly took him by the back of the head, and I pulled him close to me.
Yeah.
Our eyes locked. It was like the sun was setting, but I knew it wasn't, because I knew what time the game was.
And I felt an enormous sense of self-being.
I love it. We're shipping a relationship post-penalty between Harry Kane and Declan Rice. This is why we watch World Cups.
And here's the terrible thing. If that happened, I would completely forget where that tournament was held.
Joining us now, Rog, though, a mammothly talented, Emmy Award-winning actor. He's also, as it happens, one of the finest Welshmen in Hollywood, born and raised in the great city of Cardiff, the only person who'll be on this stage who will be actively rooting against the United States come next week. From The Americans and Perry Mason and that one episode of Girls which lives rent-free in your mind, it's the one and only Matthew Reese!
Gareth Bale grew up in the park. There's a park that divides myself and Gareth Bale. And Gareth Bale grew up on Velindre Road. So I like to think that in some small way, I contributed to where Gareth Bale is today, just by sharing a park.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Gareth. Yeah.
Congratulations on your MLS Cup victory.
Thanks very much. We drilled that header when we were both 8 years old. Well, he was 8, I was 29.
I've got to ask you, I'm going to give you 3 random moments of Welsh history off the top of my head.
Yeah.
1400.
Not a great century for us.
But the
when things started going pretty. Actually, if you want to go down, it's 1282. Things got started really badly. By 1400, everyone's going, this is not working out for us.
Yeah, but that
Henry VIII comes on, going, stop speaking Welsh, you inbred. And we're like, all right, keep your ear on, have another wife.
Can I tell you, from experience, it's never a smart thing to say to Henry VIII, keep your head on.
Oh, I know. Ooh, all right.
Look at you.
Yeah, ooh, someone's tired. Had an argument with the Pope, did you?
Twitter fans, keep your head on, Henry VIII.
Yeah.
By the way, Henry VIII would have brought Twitter, but
It
1990...
would have fired less people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cut some heads off.
Elon Musk, the Henry VIII of our time.
1997.
Yeah.
Wales voted yes, and I'm crapping my pants out. I don't know if this is good or bad.
Yes, for devolution.
But
Yeah.
yes, devolution!
Yes! We've been wanting to devolve for 800 years!
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a prog rock album. We've been wanting to devolve.
Devolution!
By the way, I'm not a political analyst, but I do think if you change the name for something more catchy than devolution.
Like what?
Who wants to devolute?
Evolution.
No, who wants to devolute? Honestly, as a human being, do you want to devolute?
Devolve.
Well, yes, we want to devolve for hundreds of years because we're never going to get our own. We're never going to get our own government.
I'm
will
just
we?
weak. I fear devolution, but I don't like to be hyperbolic.
Don't fear devolution. Accept it as your new master.
Where does the Welsh national team...
Get to Tom Jones.
Where does the Welsh...
Whoa! Every child in Wales has to learn those few notes. What's new, pussycat? Whoa! You have to do it. I'm not showing off, I'm just doing something every child has to do to prove he's Welsh. Or she.
Oh my God, I've just suddenly become pregnant.
That's what happens if you're on Tom.
I do need to know, what does the Welsh national team qualifying for its first World Cup? Where does it rank with that?
Where does what? With all those facts you just gave?
Yeah.
Sadly, I wasn't around for the first 4, so this one feels pretty good.
But if you were given the opportunity to wander into that Welsh locker room before that English game and speak to your boys,
Yeah.
the floor is yours. What would you
Oh,
say to
God,
them?
look, you can't top Sheenie's speech. Have you ever seen Moby Dick with Gregory Peck?
I've only seen Moby Dick
There's
with
this great-
Captain Ahab.
Right, so Gregory Peck plays Ahab, and there's this great moment where he walks up with a gold doubloon, a gold coin, and he nails it to the mast, and he goes, the gold coin goes to the man who spots the white whale first. So if I walked into the Welsh changing room, I would take a large gold coin with me. I would nail it to the wall, and I say, the gold coin goes to the man who brings me the first from Harry Kane's.
We are just 223 days away from the kickoff of the Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. You, of course, are captain of the New Zealand women's national team. Your father, John, is a Kiwi. What will be going on inside your mind in that moment?
As we've been following the Men's World Cup, there have been a lot of emotions and a lot of pride. And I also want to say that I think the conditions surrounding our World Cup will be a lot better than what we've seen in Qatar.
Yeah.
So I think that's also something to be really proud of, and I think players will be using their platform to make statements about things that are really important to us, and that makes me proud as well. Our nation needs support and investment, and I'm hoping we get more prize money from FIFA. That would help a lot too. But I think playing in a World Cup should be life-changing, and I think for us players, we feel that emotionally and with pride, but financially it definitely isn't. And there are a lot of countries that want to make progress and, again, give young girls a chance to dream. And I think this is an opportunity in New Zealand to do that.
Making his joyful return to the Men in Blazers Media Network to thump his chest and make us believe. It's the University of Texas Minister of Culture, Matthew McConaughey.
I love your intros. Let's go on the road.
What a day! What a day, Matthew, to have you amongst us. Will we win the World Cup in our lifetimes, Matthew McConaughey?
Yes, I believe that.
Are you just saying that to prevent tears and a scene from me?
I'm not just saying that.
You believe
I got
it?
no problem. Trust me. There's been a time in the past when I would have said, I don't think so. I truly believe we will. We can prognosticate and say it's going to happen, and I do believe it's going to happen. It's part of getting beyond certain expectations is when you start to put the rubber to the road and cut the wheat from the chaff. And we're looking for that Wheaties box, Chipotle, all those things. When it becomes, that's not what it's about. When it becomes, that's mere mortal stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. When it becomes that's the idea of football that will start to take place. You look at me and go, oh, we won another one. Oh, we're consistent. Oh, we're more than just a tough out.
Perhaps it's not a coincidence that the US remind me a little bit about Leeds because Tyler Adams is at the heart of both teams. He's also wearing the armband. The captaincy is his. In my mind, belatedly, this gent was born to lead. And anyone who watched this morning's press conference...
You're pronouncing our country's name wrong. Our country is named Iran, not Iran. Please, once and for all, let's get this clear. Second of all, are you okay to be representing a country that has so much discrimination against black people in its own borders?
My apologies on the mispronunciation of your country. That being said, there's discrimination everywhere you go. One thing that I've learned, especially from living abroad in the past years and having to fit in different cultures and kind of assimilate into different cultures, is that in the U.S. we're continuing to make progress every single day. Like you just educated me now on the pronunciation of your country. So
he's special. I texted him before the match and I said to him, the day I saw him when he was 15 years old playing with the U17s, I literally that day envisioned him captaining the World Cup team. When I saw that young man play at that age, I could see the building blocks of something really special. Just presence on the pitch, understanding of what were good plays, what were bad plays, ability to communicate with his teammates in ways that were real, just an ease to every motion. There was like no wasted motion on the pitch as a 15-year-old. And for me, it was like, wow, if I could just have a chance to help guide that to be a vision of what I think it could be. That's almost what I enjoy the most, other than match day and having big wins and big moments. But the connection you can make with people to really help them be their best, that's what is often the most fun.
After Netherlands, Argentina, I just support refs now.
Yeah. 16 yellow cards. He had a good game.
He was like, hey, did you guys check me out today?
Yeah, he's like, I'm on camera. I'm on camera. I'm on camera.
He's brushing his teeth. He's like, I drilled it today. I made a mark.
I know.
That game, that was some sick You know, as a hockey fan, I was like, let's get a tilt going right now. I wanted to see Big Verge, you know, just get it and really, those Argentinian players needed to get tuned up. If that was Canada, we would have tuned them up.
From your NWSL champion Portland Thorns, World Cup winning US team, the theoretical offspring of the late great Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Virgil van Dijk, it's the people's captain, our friend, Becky Sauerbrunn.
Hello, how are you guys?
Oh, did you hear that, Becky? The theoretical offspring of Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Virgil van Dijk. That's a Roger special right there.
It's true. It is true. And Becky, you're also an incredible cat person. So let's get right into the hard questions. Have you seen this cat which is enthralling Britain right now? The cat that looks like Phil Foden.
It is uncanny.
Have you ever seen a cat that looks more like Phil Foden?
No, I honestly have never seen a cat look more like Phil Foden.
Who do your cats look like, Becky?
Oh, they don't look like anybody. It's so unfortunate. I should have specifically picked one out that looked like a soccer player.
God, if I could get a cat that looked like Jordan Pickford, I would bite your arm off. Can we talk about the United States? Are we allowed to talk about the United States?
Definitely.
Oh, thank you. I mean, let's talk new citizen to new citizen, Bex. That should have got more of an applause
New
line, by the
citizen.
way. She's a new citizen. Rebecca Lowe, American. This is amazing.
It's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Amazing.
That is crazy.
What do you make of how our boys played? One draw that felt like a loss against Wales, a draw that felt like a win against England, a real win against Iran, and then schooled by Van Gaal and the Dutch. And Greg Berhalter said the normal stuff. We proved to the world that America belonged. But man, I said earlier, you watch Morocco and their delirious march to the semi-final. At what point does a round of 16 exit start to just feel like a disappointment to us here in America?
Now, Rog. I mean, now. I felt that USA played better than maybe USA fans felt they did. There is never going to be a better time than right now, 4 years away from a home World Cup, to start to shake off the complex, or I don't know what it is. We don't need to prove anything anymore. We have the it's a really good job for somebody. If Berhalter stays, great. But if he doesn't, I think that's a really good job for somebody in this country with a home World Cup.
You're using the subjunctive. Were he to not stay, were there to be another option?
Would you have Gareth Southgate as US manager?
No.
That's a great idea. And actually, I've heard all sorts of thoughts about, apparently he does quite like the United States as an ex-destination, whether that be Major League Soccer.
In America, he's Gary Southgate.
Woohoo! Gary.
He's a very different man in America. No vests. There are no waistcoats.
No waistcoats.
I'm not comparing myself to Messi, but a friend of mine just texted me before the game that I look like a hybrid of Messi and Modric.
That's so great.
I don't know.
If Mbappe was a musician, who would Mbappe be? Is it Johnny Holiday or Edith Piaf?
I think he would be Marvin Gaye, because Marvin Gaye was able to turn anything into something. I don't know if you've ever seen the NBA.
The national anthem.
Yes.
Yes.
He's just there with a little drum machine, and he makes something. And I felt the same when you you give the ball to Mbappe and something's going to happen. So that would be my comparison.
I love you. I love you. Oh, it's Mr. Mick. Seattle has been rewarded for what a great sports town it is, because in 2026, this city right here will host games for the World Cup. What's the world going to learn about this magical place that they didn't know before?
Well, they're going to learn how together we are, how absolutely not. This is the thing, man. Because we have tech here, they think we a bunch of... No. No. They're going to love this place. They're going to love playing here. Even if we boo them, they're going to love it. Really, I'm serious, because we're passionate fans, and we weren't before. There was a time when we were not very passionate. We'd clap like this. Not anymore.
I want to raise this glass of Jägermeister.
Oh, no, he's going to cry.
To the end of a journey, because our This Cup for You tour in which we've gone across the nation, sea to shining sea. I'm married to the World Cup.
You are.
I have been all month. I love my wife and I miss her terribly. But I'm Gianni Infantino's husband. And
It's the love that dare not speak its name.
But we've done this journey because we've been propelled by a mission of bringing Americans together to form community, make memories through this World Cup experience. And the honour for us has been the voyage has taken us through the distinctive, unique footballing cultures which thrive across this great nation of ours. For all of us at Men in Blazers, it is the honour of a lifetime. I want to thank our mighty team for making it through this journey. To be candid, it is so physically and emotionally shattering to do what we've done. It is mad, and I think we've done it. I think we have, propelled by the joy, the passion, the creative wonder of you, the audience, our GFOPs. And at the end of this journey, I want to raise my shot to you. World Cup 2026. Who's counting? It's just 1,273 days away.
Wow.
To that moment, in this place, one in which all of our dreams will come true together. Let's savor it. God bless you, Seattle. Thank you. And courage.